Hello guys, Krullis here, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Leveling Legacy! In the last episode, we continued our quest lines in Morogh with our Dwarf warrior, Thunderhand, and in this one we are going to continue off straight from the point we left off in the last one, because I had to cut the video in half, and I'm sorry for that, but this video has a pretty cool ending with the quest line of the Dwarves, so stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the video. But yeah, there are a couple of more quests. I was pretty wrong there. We need to do these lake quests before we go to do the final quest of this area. I like the final quest of this place. It's really cool. And we'll get to it at the end of the episode. So, Kurgoron Singe Feather, hello. The elements are in turmoil, warrior. The cataclysm stirred up the long dormant water spirits of Helm's Bed Lake just to the south. They're angry, confused, and unwilling to hear my pleas. Oh, I like his tattoos there. They look really cool, especially the eye one. I would like the dwarves to have these kind of tattoos. I've tried everything I know to calm them, to persuade them to stop lashing out and attacking the sergeant's mountaineers. It pains me to say, but no other option remains. We must kill the elementals. So this guy is a shaman of the Wildhammer clan. Maybe he is a Bronzebeard who has changed clans or something like that. But I assume he is a Wildhammer one. It's a good thing the senators didn't come out here on his own. It's dangerous, and we're going to need all the help we can get in the situation to get the situation under control.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Kurgorn tells me the cataclysm upset the balance of the elements all over the world. Helm's Bed Lake to the south used to be beautiful and tranquil, but it's now overrun with agitated water elementals. When they started to leave the confines of the lake, I sent my troops in to keep them busy, but most have been frozen in blocks of ice. If we can break them free, they'll have a good chance of recovering. I cannot spare the men of a second expedition out onto the lake. Would you be willing to try? Yes, I'm expendable, so you can send me instead. That's good to know. This quest is really simple. Kill the water elementals and free these guys by hitting the ice. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is to it, this quest. But yeah, we've seen these water elementals before. We also seen fire elementals in the cave with back in Coldridge Valley. So the elements are in turmoil. The elements are really cool. We talked about them on the shaman. The shamans commune with the elements, but because of the cataclysm, the elemental lords have their affinities changed and disturbed by the presence of Deathwing and his shattering of the world. Now, shattering must not be confused with the sundering, because the sundering was what happened back after the War of the Ancients, when the Well of Eternity imploded upon itself after Sargeras tried to get into the world. This is like the origin story of the how the world became split into these continents like this, because there used to be one giant landmass known as Kalimdor, but now only the left one is called Kalimdor. But that was called the sundering. The shattering, however, is what happened when Deathwing emerged from underneath the ground, creating the cataclysm. Well, it's called the cataclysm, or I think, well, it's called the cataclysm, but there's also something as called the shattering, I guess. So there's those. They are kind of used synonymous or interchangeably, I guess.
What's on your mind?
You've done it! The mountaineers are returning to camp, and our medics will be have their hands full. We are all in your debt, Thunderhand.
Safe travels.
That's all there was to that quest.
What can I do?
It's never easy to countenance violence against the very elements whose power I wield, but sometimes there is no other solution. Our duty is to people. The people of Morogh comes first.
Be good.
That's good.
No.
A cadre of dark iron spies have taken over the Iron Band's compound to the south. Beyond Helm's Bed Lake, the mountaineers are normally able to keep them from getting into Morogh, but everything is in disarray right now. The dark iron dwarves would be fools if they didn't take the advantage of the chaos. We have to find out what they're planning and stop them before they do anything or do any damage. Will you see if you can discover what they are doing down at Iron Band's compound? So let's go do that. Helm's Bed Lake. Ooh. Yeah, so that's one of the last places we need to go, I believe. Let's go use some charges. Releasing some of these guys, poor guys trapped in the snow or ice, and they probably would feel a lot better if they were out and free, running in the mountains. La-di-da, frozen mountaineer, huh? And some snow leopards. This is the new operating system for the Mac. Well, it's not new, but I guess. Was that a joke even? I don't think that qualifies as a joke. Here we have some of these pets indicated by the paw on top. Why am I killing that one? Oh my god, I'm horrible. But yeah, that was an indication now that we can tame these things and use them as battle pets. Dark Iron Spies. Let's kill 5 of these. Dark Irons, I've told you about them. These are the first we've seen of the Dark Iron Dwarves. And they are, you can see that they are looking kind of different from like the Bronzebeards and even the Wildhammer guy we saw previously. These guys have dark skin and red eyes because they have been delving into dark magics. And they've also been living underground, far below the Burning Steppes, Searing Gorge, inside the Red Ridge Mountains, or what was previously known as the Red Ridge Mountains. And I think we'll find some attack plans in here. Yes, we do. I do love the design. Here we have Captain Belt. I do like the design of the Dark Iron Dwarves. I think they are pretty cool. And in lore right now, they are being introduced into the more of the Dwarven societies, because there is like this temporary peace between the clans right now, because of the the fact that Moira Bronzebeard, the daughter of Magni, was wed to Thorazon, and they had this baby. So I guess that's like a way to settle peace between the clans right now. By the way, his Magni's brothers are pretty cool. They are also heavily involved in the World of Warcraft, War of Warcraft, and they are called Bran Bronzebeard, who is the leader of, I think he's the leader anyway, of the Explorers League, who we just saw down in the quarry. And also we have the other brother known as Muradin, and he is involved in with Arthas in Warcraft 3. He helps. He's basically one of the. He goes on adventures and procures things for the dwarves, and he also trained, and he trained Arthas basically in his younger years in the arts of the sword and blade, and he was eventually betrayed by his former student.
How are you?
What are you, the Dwarf Arons, up to? I know they weren't here to see the sights. The sergeant examined the plans you captured, his eyes wide. This is more serious than we thought. There is no mere raid. The Dark Irons intend to cripple the defense of Ironforge itself. Oh no, that's freaking terrible. According to the plans you captured, the Dark Irons are planning a large-scale attack on Ironforge airfield. The council has moved most of the forces down into Dun Morogh to deal with instability brought by the cataclysm, leaving our defenses weakened at the airfield. You need a way to get to the airfield quickly. Take the road back west toward Golbolar Quarry and find a Mathel Rust Wrench. You should have a flying machine you can use. Go!
See you soon.
Go, go, go! As every tank say in World of Warcraft, or every other DPS says. So this quest also a bit confusing, because the quest target tells you to go up here. However, there is no way to get up there here, because you can see these mountains pretty high, and there is really no path up there to take unless you have a flying mount. But you have to go back here to Golbolar Quarry and use one of those airships, or not airships, but I guess an airplane that will take you up there. So you get to read the quest text to get that. You get that one. Board Mathel's flying machine at the Golbolar Quarry. Don't trust the icons on the map or the mini-map. Don't trust them. They will lead you astray, and you will not find your way home. Need to get me some drinking here, man. Gotta get some water. That's better. So here we have the airplane that we need to take. Looks kinda not really sure about this. Are you sure about this, Mathel Rust Wrench? Yeah, I guess let's just jump in. We've already flown one of these things. I guess another one would go just as well. You can craft one of these if you're an engineer. I think, yeah, you can. However, it looks a bit different, I think, and they make this annoying noise. That's one of the things that bugs me with the engineer like mounts you can craft. You can craft the motorcycle, and you also have the starting, like the heirloom motorcycle known as the Chauffeur Mechaniers Chopper. And these make this horrible like engine sounds that even if you're standing still, the engines are still running. So that kind of feels like an annoyance if you're going to tab out and you need to watch some stuff, or you're watching TV on your PC while or doing something else, watching videos on YouTube, and you hear this annoying engine noise in the background all the time. So that's why I generally avoid using the mechanized mounts. We can't even use a mount yet though, or we can use the heirloom mount, but I'm not going to do that right now. I did back with my paladin just to get back to Goldshire a little more quickly, but I'm not going to do it on this guy. I like this hammer though. This is cool. Commander Stonebreaker. I don't think this model is in the game. I know the model is, but not with the green. I think it's already with like a brown color. You get it from Trial of the Crusader.
You got my attention.
Thank good, or not Trial of the Crusader, but in the Trial of the Champion quest lines, daily quests. Thank goodness you're here, Thunderhand. The airfield's been attacked by the Dark Irons, and I don't think we can hold out much longer. The Dark Iron attack took us by surprise. Their saboteurs managed to damage most of our aircraft, steam tanks, and supplies. We've only been able to get a few of our bombers airborne. Every tactician, recruit, and guard I can spare is scrambling to get our others repaired and flight ready. Our infantry can only hold out for so long, take this equipment, and help extinguish the burning bombers. Yeah. So yeah, we need to put out these fires here. Extinguish the fire with this. I guess it's like a water pistol. That's fun. We've used these in Northshire Valley as well. Putting out the fires in the vineyard, not Martha's Vineyard. That's a real life place. In the vineyard of Mabel. That's her name, right? If I didn't make that up, maybe I did. But yeah. So these guys are just sitting around doing nothing while everything else is burning. That's Warcraft for you. But now we are actually on top of Ironforge. Well, we are to the east of Ironforge, really. But you know, the in-game size of Ironforge is a lot smaller than what it is in lore, and generally the scale of the world is a lot smaller in the game than it is in the lore as well. Like going from the bottom of the Eastern Kingdoms to the top takes I think it takes like 10 minutes or 11 minutes on a flying mount, and even walking up to the top of Silvermoon here, this island, Sunstrider Isle, takes like I think it takes about 13 minutes or something like that, or 7 minutes, between 7 minutes and 30 minutes, let's say it like that.
How are ya?
Well done, my men are working hard to get our flying machines and steam tanks back into the fight. While our engineers are working on work on getting the bombers ready to fly again, our guards and mountaineers continue to fight the invaders. They've been out there since the incursion began, without so much as a chance to catch some sleep or have a meal. Ironforge defenders are among the best of Azeroth, but even they have limits. Take these banners and plant them in banks of loose snow. Remind the men what they fight for, and help keep their morale high. Sorry. So now we need to plant these banners next to the fighting dwarves to inspire them and make them fight more aggressively, I guess. And here we have some of these mountaineers. I don't think you can use them on this guy. No, we can't. You have to use them on loose snow, so we'll see those down on the ground when we get to these fights. So yeah, Dark Iron Dwarves being aggressive here. They use these drills to get around, and you can actually get one of those drills during the Brewfest festival. Brewfest is one of many world events that happen throughout Azeroth during the year. There are seasonal events that happen during certain times of the year, and as I said in one of my other videos, now a Noble Garden just ended, which basically involves getting a lot of eggs and stuff like that. Here we have the rear entrance to Ironforge being shut with this gate here. And there are more of these. For example, we have the heavily focused on drinking Brewfest with the dwarves outside of Ironforge and Orgrimmar, and we also have a couple of others. We have the Midsummer Festival. We have Halloween, of course, and we also have the Christmas event called the what's it called again? Not the holidays. We have Love is in the Air, which is basically Valentine's. We have the Lunar Festival, which is based on Chinese New Year. And we also have Winter Veil, that's what it's called, the Winter Veil. So that's cool. And Pilgrim's Bounty as well, which is basically American Thanksgiving, and Day of the Dead, reference to the Day of the Dead, which is celebrated in many Latin countries in South America, I believe. And also other places in the world, of course. But there are, yeah, these events are pretty cool. Pirates Day, I don't really know the lore behind Pirates Day, but I guess it's important. But yeah, anyway, we rallied the defenders, and now it's time we go back to the Stalwart Commander and finish up the quest lines here. Honor students! By the way, I'm gonna finish this quest on another character, on the gnome character. Not gonna do it on this guy because I think we are going to go to Ironforge with him eventually anyway. But I'm going to go to do the honor students quest when we go to play on our gnome instead, because I think it'll be a bit tight to fit this at the end of this video. I want to end this off before an hour has passed. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. So now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut to when I'm up in up at the quest giver, and then I'll be back. Here we are, Commander Stonebreaker. The men are finding hidden reserves of strength and courage to deal with the Dark Iron onslaught. The airfield will not fall on our watch. Ooh, level 11. My chief engineer tells me that he's managed to get one of the bombers repaired and airworthy. Take these bombs with you and look for a repaired bomber at the start of the runway. Once you're airborne, use the bombs to do as much damage to the attacking Dark Iron dwarfs as you can. I've heard rumors that they're preparing to deploy a new kind of war golem. Keep your eyes peeled for those golems and make them your highest priority targets. So now we're gonna do a bombing run by utilizing this ship. Where is it? The airplane over here. And that's gonna be fun. And it's one of those quest lines that were introduced back in the Burning Crusade when airships were introduced, or flying mounts as well. So you jump into this. This one is a bit more different than those. So you go into your thing here, your airplane, and you press the bombing button or other bombing item in your inventory, and you can select the target area that you want to hit with your bombs. So that's really the way you do it. So try to target as many of these as you can at the same time. So yeah, these were introduced. This is a vehicle, by the way. Were introduced in Wrath of Lich King, but before that there were these flight quests that were introduced with flying in the Burning Crusade. Here you have the golems that he told us to prioritize. Be aware that if you fail this quest, you have to. I think the quest continues to for a couple of rounds, but it lasts for a lot longer than you actually need if you hit all the targets you need, in case there are other people doing this quest as well. So I'm not sure if it goes directly back right now. As you can see, there is some other guy here flying his plane. I think that's maybe it's a player, maybe it's not. But I'm not sure if it flies directly back now since we're done, or if it continues another lap to make sure that we get all the enemies. Maybe you have to take all of these guys down. Oh, I guess it's not. I guess it will just continue our few laps to make sure that we get everything. So I'll just cut until we are done with the quest line, okay? Oh, I guess we have to request the stop. I was really dumb. They're flying around doing nothing, but we need to click this request the stop button, which basically means that you dismount your vehicle. It will appear as a green arrow in the most user interfaces, like the default ones. So just click that one to dismount the vehicle, and it'll take you back to the starting point. That was my bad. Sorry guys, but I discovered it eventually after like one lap of being away from keyboard. Haha. Let's talk to Stonebreaker again. The momentum is starting to shift, Thunderhand, largely due to your efforts. Now it's time to strike at the Dark Iron leadership. With you leading the way, we've finally broken the momentum on the Dark Iron attack. Oh, I'm going to move this into the middle, by the way. General Agrimax, the Dark Iron leader, is attempting to rally his troops at the center of their lines on the frozen lake to the south. He stands atop one of their new Dark Iron golems, shouting orders to his men. If he succeeds in rallying them, they might be able to overpower us. You must prevent that, Thunderhand. Destroy the golem guarding him, then kill General Agrimax himself. He is the key to our victory. So yeah, I think it's time we go down there and kill him. So he can, as you can see, he's down by the lake. So I'm gonna cut to when I'm down there as well. And now you can see that these guys have pushed the Dark Iron Dwarves down further here, and you can see the area has changed a bit. That's because of the phasing technology in World of Warcraft. Basically changes how the world looks depending on how you progress in quest lines, which is really cool. Oh, you shot at me. That's not very nice. But here you can see the Dark Iron Golem, and with this guy on top, and need to kill Grimax, and now he is down. Long live the Dark Iron, he says, but alas, he is no more. And as you can see, these Dark Iron Dwarves have these casters as well, pyromancer using magic. I'm gonna cut to when I'm back to the Stone Guard again, or the big guy again. and then we'll continue on, see what the conclusion to the story is. Haha! Okay, so we are back here at Stonebreaker. Hello. We've done it! Without your help, Ironforge airfield would surely be occupied by the enemy, and the Dark Iron would have cleared the road to Ironforge itself. The Council of Three Hammers must be informed of what happened here. Ooh, we get some mail gloves. So, just how did all those Dark Iron warriors end up here, on the doorstep of Ironforge, on the verge of invading our city? Does not Empress Moira, a member of our esteemed Council of Three Hammers, rule the Dark Iron? This cannot have happened without her knowledge and consent. This was no ragtag band of rebel dwarves, but a well-organized and fully equipped invasion force. I prepared a report on the battle for the airfield. Take it to Ironforge and the High Seat to confront her.
Off with you.
I guess we should head to Ironforge then. I'm going to use the Hearthstone back to Thunderbird Distillery, and then it's time to fly to Ironforge to see the conclusion of this storyline. Haha, that's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna take the Flight Master's honor student thing here. Have you your fill of Carnos so soon? Are you ready to leave for another city? Yes, I am. You have to go to Ironforge. Hey, yeah, let's pay the sum and go there for just a few coins. This is basically the same as one with back in Stormwind and in Razor Hill. Let's fly to Ironforge. This isn't a long flight, by the way, but I'm gonna show you this one in its entirety, because flying into the entrance of Ironforge is pretty cool. Because I love the design of this city here. You see the huge gate with an anvil, indicating the great anvil inside the main paths of the forge. I mean, Ironforge, it's the forge of iron. Basically, it needs this anvil as a symbol. See some siege tanks and this huge dwarven statue, basically indicating the Anvilmar, the king of the previous king of the dwarves before Magni took, or the Bronzebeards took over. Not Magni, but the Bronzebeards, the father of Magni and Bran and Muradin. And here we have the forge, the Great Forge, and we need to deliver 2 quests. We need to deliver right to Ironforge, and the other one is over at the seat here on the opposite side of the forge, right in there, where we need to talk to the Council of Three Hammers. So here is Golnir Bouldertoe, right to Ironforge. What can I do for you? At the latest list of Grimlock's best pupils, I have a batch of honorary cleavers ready to go. I just need to grade them with the names of the students, and there we go. Here are the honorary cleavers for Grimlock students. You've already been to Carnos, then you should fly with a griffin back there. So yeah, we are going to go to visit the council first, though. So here is the entrance to the council room, and to the left we will see a door and pathway down. This is the path down to where Magni is. We're not going to talk to him just yet, though. We're going to talk to Moira Thorizan. Here we have Muradin, who is in here. He's temporary, the temporary ruler from the Bronzebeard clan, as Magni is down there being frozen. We have Falstad Wildhammer and Wildhammer fact checker here from the Wildhammer clan, and we also have Moira Thorizan and the baby. Look at this baby.
Watch your tongue.
Watch your tongue.
In time,
what is the meaning of this intrusion? And just what is this?
Perhaps all Ironforge as well.
Yeah, she talks a lot. Moira takes the report and colors drains from her face as she reads. That's impossible.
Why have you approached me? Take care. My patience is short.
Yeah, it's short. How dare you storm into my throne and attempt to spread this conspiratorial nonsense? I will not let you and this treasonous Commander Stonebeard steal my son's birthright. That is quite an accusation, Moira. It's hardly your throne room in the first place. Here we have this event going on. I know Commander Stonebeard, and I will vouch for his loyalty and his honesty. We must take his word. What cause do the Dark Iron have for taking up arms against Ironforge? Are you unable to control your own people, Moira? Muradin has a point. If you cannot govern your own people, you have no place at this table. Both of you, I know you would never order such a thing. Why would I set one of my half-son's inheritance against with the other? Ooh. No, this is the best work. This is the work of the traitor to both of our peoples. Despite my best efforts, some Dark Iron remains in the grip of the Twilight's hammer. Ooh. The cult must have someone in the city to coordinate this kind of attack. That only leaves one suspect, Ambassador Slaghammer. Ambassador Slaghammer, you say? The ambassador's betrayal will long haunt me. You must arrest him before he can do further harm, or worse, before he can escape and start planning the next attack. Ironforge is not safe with Ambassador Slaghammer free inside the city. Take these manacles and go to the Dark Iron Embassy. It's just to the north, the high seat, around the rim of the Great Forge. Arrest Ambassador Slaghammer and return it with him. And we also have another quest right here, Mountaineer Barley Brew. We've heard of another Barley Brew down in Karnos. I've been waiting for the council to hear my plea for hours. It's not looking good. Morogh's greatest desire seems to paralyze the council. Meanwhile, Loch Modan suffers. Our enemies are many and our resources are few. Please, Thunderan, perhaps you will hear me if the council will not. Speak with Grith Thurdan, Ironforge Griffin Master. He's in the eastern part of the Great Forge. He'll provide a free flight to the South Gate Pass. Introduce yourself as Pilot Hammerfoot. Introduce yourself to Pilot Hammerfoot once you arrive. So that's the next breadcrumb quest line that takes us towards Loch Modan, the next area for the dwarves. However, need to speak with Ambassador Slaghammer, and he is right over here. There isn't any indication on the map to where he is, but he is right here next to these dark iron guards, indicated by these dark iron banners here, just outside the seat. Looking pretty nice, this house. I think he's up here. Yeah, there he is, Slaghammer. Let's use these change and capture him. Ah, there we go. I go willingly, warrior. My purpose is in my master's plan fulfilled. So he is apparently working for something else, something related to the Twilight's Hammer clan, or the Twilight's Hammer cult, one might say. Let's see how this develops by going and showing him to... Oh, we have some reactions from the guards here. Glad to see the Dark Iron Scum is finally getting what they deserves. If we were in Shadowforge City, I would have tossed you into the ring of law for your transgressions, Ambassador. The darkest dungeons of Ironforge will have to do for now. Do as you will with me. I am not afraid. The half-breed runt will never be my emperor. Long live Twilight's Hammer. I'll escort you to your new accommodations, your excellency. So he was transported to the prisons, I guess.
In time, my son shall rule
the ambassador will trouble us no more. He is not the only dark iron dwarf whose heart still belongs to Twilight's Hammer. We must remember that and remain vigilant against their schemes, else my son will inherit only ruins and ashes. And we get the axe of Ironforge. Well, we got the battle axe of the sober dwarf. That's not the best name of an item like this, but it looks kind of cool though. So yeah, that's the end of the quest lines for the dwarves. We could go back and deliver this quest line though. I probably will do that. Let's go back to Grithurden and turn in the honor student cleavers, because that's the most epic quest line to end this like the tune of this video on. You look like I have somewhere to go. Need one of my griffins? Yeah, we need to go back to Karnos. That won't be a problem. For a small fee, you can buy a griffin ride. Yeah, let's do that, and then return to. We can either choose to go to Loch Modan, or we can go down to Karnos. We can also fly to Dunbalar Quarry, which would have been efficient, I guess. But let's go to Karnos instead. So here we are finally at the butcher in the distillery inn. Where is he? Where's the butcher? Here he is. Hello.
What's on your mind?
Thunderhand, have you returned from Ironforge? Yes, we have. You brought the cleavers? Great. I'll get these to my students. I'm sure they're eager to use them on some fresh boar meat. Thank you for your help, Thunderhand. I am in your debt, but I hope this money will at least cover your travel costs. Thank you, sir. Now you can make some more beer-based boar ribs with your students. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, even though I cut it in half. I hope you guys enjoyed the ending quest zones here in Dun Morogh with the Dwarf Thunderhand. And I hope to see you guys on the next character in the next episode as well. Remember to like and subscribe, and also check out the other videos in the series if you haven't already. And I also have a lot of different videos and guides that are up for you guys to watch. So stay tuned for the next character and the next part of Leveling Legacy in the world of Warcraft. Take care and farewell.